Guys, back again, just gonna put together another quick instructional video. Talk a little bit more about some of the techniques that are used, but one of the things I wanted to point out on this particular clip, I think this is a real good example to show it, is choosing our locations when we're out setting up for carp. Now, my favorite way to fish for carp is to be somewhere where I can walk and I've got a good hard bottom that I can walk along and still target carp. But the reality is a lot of times the carp are in areas that are very silty, loamy, and it can be really difficult to do that. So in this particular clip, the reason that I'm positioning myself here as I come up on this paddleboard is there's this choke point on the right where all the carp in this area, they have to kind of feed through this. Now there are other ways around and they can actually swim through some of this structure. But this deeper trench that runs in between these two sets of structure are going to be a choke point that forces the majority of the carp into this area. So that's actually why I came and I set up right here to wait for these carp to come through. Now, fortunately in this particular clip, I quickly see a fish. He's coming at me, which is again perfect. Like I've talked before, you want the fish to be facing you. Drag and drop the fly in front of him. Here's kind of a little bit of a close-up. It's hard to see. This is actually fairly dirty water. It was difficult to see him in there. I really could only see their backs. So I put that fly just past him, dragged it down in front of him. You see here, he notices it, and he ate. Now, we can't see the fly even in this from overhead. This is a difficult situation. So this speaks to another point that I try to tell people is, you need to look for the posture of the fish when they eat, because that's what I saw there. I saw that fish dip down. I saw obviously his direction changed. I could see clearly he'd noticed something. He came at it where I had put my fly. And then I saw him make the movement that a carp makes, where they kind of go fins out, and I don't know, it's almost like hunching over it to inhale the fly. So set the hook and we're on. Now another kind of cool part about this, and then I'll shut up and you kind of watch the end of this video without me talking, is my net failed here. So as I get this carp in the first time to the net, and I get him netted, it'll show up here in just 1 second, but I get him netted, and he immediately, after some explosion, which happens a lot when you first net a carp, he takes off back through the net, and I actually had to feed my rod through the hole in the net to follow the carp. And then I looked at the net like, what in the crap? And yeah, sure enough, there's a great big hole in it. Don't know when it happened, but that was my first carp of this day. So the net failed me, but ultimately I got him in and didn't bust my rod, so we'll call it a success. So anyway, I'll be quiet and let you just enjoy.